Can't wait to put my custom music on it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sewing and Reaping YouTube channel. And got an interesting one for you today. And what I want to do is I feel the need to have to elaborate on my video that I did earlier, but I'm going to do it in a bit of a more entertaining fashion, or at least I'm going to try to be do it in a little bit more detail since I rushed it, and I have to do it because the moment the wrong Christian watches the right Christian watches my stream without further elaboration, they're going to get on my case, and I want to save myself a private hangout or a Discord or a Skype call having to explain myself because of what I said in that video. I want to prove biblically what I said was true, and I want to prove that what I said was accurate to the letter. But before I do, let's say hello to everybody that got here early as I try to practice on this channel. No, that's kind of weird. Why are they not letting me I can barely see my comments option. Here we go. All right, so we got Sabella here. Nick Bravo is here. What's up? Alana 11 is here. Mofo is here. Mike Helm is here. Carrie is here. How you doing, Carrie? I'm gonna be mentioning you today, Carrie. If you want a link later to come in, let me know. Young at Heart, Paganist, how you doing? Trigger is here. Truth is here. Kentucky Girl is here. Wicked Witch is here. The Trusty Ape is here. Low No is here. Wednesday 3 is here. And I think that's everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. But again, I feel the need to elaborate on the video that I did a little bit earlier when I said that I said a couple of things that I really need to get into detail about on here before I can go further with making any other videos on this topic, because I kind of changed my mind about not talking about them. And I think that I hit on something that I need to talk about on here, because I think it will blow their arguments completely out the water, in the sense that these people, G-Man, I love that you hate them and you still try to help them. We're going to get into that in a minute. So here's the thing, okay? And as a matter of fact, since you brought that up, that's the thing I want to kind of talk about right now, because it's in the title of the video, Thin Line Between Love and Hate, Shanny and Rev. And Shanny and Rev, if you're watching this, you need to watch this to the very, very end, because everything I'm going to say is on point. And I don't believe that you have a defense against this. I don't believe you have an argument against it. I don't believe if I gave you a link to come into the room that you can prove what I'm saying is wrong in any circumstance, not in a court of law, not in a court of opinion. You couldn't do it with a dictionary. You couldn't do it in no way at all. Because I thought about this, okay? Now, for the longest time, I was one of the people that said that the reaction community was trying to intentionally harm those two. That the reaction community didn't want to see them thrive, succeed, that they wasn't offering them any real advice, which if you go on the archive channels and you go look at some of these other channels, I was sadly mistaken. If you listen to Carrie's channel, you'll see that I'm sadly mistaken. If you take a look at Draven's channel, or even Drader, even Drader, if you watch their channels, you'll see that I'm sadly mistaken on that. And I know on separate videos on this channel, I have talked about how I don't believe that Shanny loves Rev, and I don't believe that Rev loves Shanny. I believe that they're just using each other. My motivation for this video comes from Romans chapter 12, where it says to abhor what is evil. And because we're talking about Shanny and Rev, we're not talking about nothing else. I'm going to keep it on the things that we've been talking about regarding Shanny and Rev, and that's their grifting, begging, lying, making stuff up. Now, Shanny, if you made it this far, you're probably thinking, oh, when did I ever do that? Chill out, relax. We'll get to it. So, and I don't believe that God is supporting any of those things. If anything, God is punishing those things. He's exposing those things, and he's using as many different people as possible to point these things out, right? Shanny, in your community post, in direct response to Carrie or Draven or whoever the heck you was responding to, you told everybody that you had sex and the other people were just talking about you. You don't do nothing to nobody. You want peace and you want love and you want kumbaya and everything and whatnot, right? What if these people made a community post and they said to you, well, Shanny, you know, I'm in Arizona here. I'm drinking something that you wish you had. Or that they have the ability to go to their refrigerator and eat whatever the heck they want. They don't have to get on social media and beg for it. What if they did that? You wouldn't like that. You would tell everybody that they are invalidating you, unfairly attacking you, and just being horrible meanies and monsters here on YouTube. But yet you want to ignore what you said in your community post. I don't need to know that you had sex with Rev. Nobody on here needs to know that. We all know that you two are fornicating, you two are not married, and you're bragging about it. But we'll get to that in a minute. Shanny, I want to start with you since my biggest beef really is with you at the end of the day. You keep talking about how you love Jason, how you love him and you love him and you love him and you love him. Shanny, as I said in my other videos, I believe that you hate this man. You won't even let the man go get medical help for his so-called depression. I don't believe he's going through depression. I believe, as I said in my video earlier, that he's just lazy. If you really love Jason, you would be feeding him something better than peanut butter. Let me say this again. If you love Jason, and somewhere Jason is watching this and he's like, yeah, G-Man, tell her. No, honey, I don't agree with him. He's totally wrong. Yeah, G-Man, you're right. It'll come out when they argue. But if you really love this man, you'll be giving him something more than peanut butter. You'll be giving him a lot more than peanut butter. You know, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to women on here. I'm really not, but I do have strong opinions about this, and I'm about to just get this out the way now. Shanny, in order to show that you love somebody, you got to do something a little bit more than open up your legs, honey. Got to do something a little bit more than that. Yeah, that seems to be the only thing that you're offering this guy. That and a jar of peanut butter. You don't show any signs that you love this man at all. You keep saying you took care of him when he had wet brain, yet every video we see you smoking joints, spending his money, smoking joints, spending his money, smoking joints, spending his money, smoking joints, spending his money. That's not taking care of somebody. That's using somebody. And then Jason says, oh, I love my baby. You guys don't understand. Shanny's the most amazing woman. Bop! When he doesn't do something right. Didn't I tell you to get on there and beg? Bop! Bop! He gets on here and he wants to pretend like he actually cares about Shanny, because if he cared about Shanny, he would be bringing in some type of an income. He would do something better than just walking around here playing video games all day or watching TV all day. He would actually be providing for his family. As people has mentioned in the chat, and there's in scripture, where it says a man that does not provide for his own family is worse than an infidel, and it's true. And if you're going to sit there and say that Zachary and William is your family, and you're going to say that Shanny's your family, don't you think you should be doing things to help get back those kids, even though that will never happen? And the reason why it will never happen is because you are the reason the kids are gone. Well, part of the reason. I'm not going to say all of that is Jason, because that's not really true. Okay? Yeah, you're the majority of the reason when you kick Zachary in the head or whatever, or the back, or wherever Shanny said you kicked him. But then there's the fact that this boy didn't have no underwear, the fact that a stranger had to come into your home to feed them, clothe them, and do all this other stuff. You wasn't doing that. And you didn't want to do anything to improve those situations. How is that loving Shanny? That's what I want to know. You showed Shanny you loved her when you kicked her son in the head or the back. You definitely showed you loved her. You show you love her every single day when you refuse to make a sacrifice and go get a job and bring money home. You refuse to do that. How the heck are you showing you love this woman? No, you hate her. Now, we talked about that in separate videos, but I want to get into something a little bit deeper than this, because Shanny does love things. She always talks about love and peace and happiness. And Carrie, I want to start with you here for a moment. I think Shanny absolutely loves your content. Shanny loves to be brutalized on your YouTube channel. Shanny loves the fact that you and your husband, who are happily married, are destroying her on your YouTube platform. You want the proof of this? The proof of this is that she continues to do the things you guys claim they do. Child neglect, not giving a hoot about their kids, not wanting to work, constantly lying on here, changing the story, being revisionist, doing all the things that they was doing that Carrie and her husband Michael talks about on their channels. Okay, what about Just Breezing, right? Just Breezing made some claims about Shanny and Rev and how she thinks that they're, well, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I'm going to like define, I guess, a group of them that she's used. But I guess despicable. I don't think Just Breezing will have a problem with me saying that. Or Sabella thinks you guys are despicable and disgraceful. People on here have known you for a while. I have known you, Shanny and Rev, or I say Shanny, longer than almost everybody in this chat. I haven't known you longer than Sabella. But I've known you guys for a while. I as a matter of fact, I met Sabella around the same time that I met you, Shanny. Where I probably knew Sabella a little bit longer because Sabella was Bruce. Yeah, you know what? I probably knew Sabella a little bit longer than Shanny. But the fact that she does things on purpose to bring this attention to herself. Like, for example, the cookie fight. I believe that she kept it, that she didn't pause anything, and they wanted to fight about this because she wanted the people to talk about how she's being mistreated over a cookie. How Jason is selfish and how he only thinks about himself. And then when it backfires and doesn't go the way you want it to go, you got these people out here exposing you on this over a couple of cookies. All right. I think that you love the attention that you was getting from Dragnut every single day. You want to know why? Because when Dragnut was talking about you, think about all of the other channels. Irate Alex, Fat Fit Geeky. You had the Geek Room. You had BGTV. You had Miss Park. You had all of these channels talking about you guys 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm exaggerating. That's not true. But they talked about you guys all the time. And you were just eating it up because you saw your numbers going higher and higher and higher. Oh my God, I'm a movie star. I got 300 live viewers. I got 400 live viewers. Oh my God. I'm like Britney Spears. I'm like this big time celebrity. Because I got 300 live viewers. Looking down on everybody because all these people were talking about you. Not in a positive light, mind you. But they were talking about you. Then you had Life of a Free Spirit talking about you. You had all these other communities just talking about you. You didn't hate Dragnut talking about you. You ate it up. You loved it. That's why you kept feeding him content by doing stupid things on your channel. I mean, Shanny, what do you think was going to happen, Shanny, when you shaved this man, when you told this man to shave his head, put the A on his head? Like honestly, what do you think was going to happen, right? But anyway, let's see here. I'm sorry. Then there's burnt toes. There's Jules knows all. There's a whole bunch of people in here that were talking about these people all the time. So you love Carrie, you love Dragnut, and the proof is that you keep feeding these channels over and over and over and over again by not keeping your life private, by constantly proving that they're right about the things that you're saying about you. And I only know about this because of the archive channels. Even before I made peace with this community, I was saying, you know what? I'm kind of happy these archive channels exist because I was watching a lot of stuff that I'd never seen before, coming directly out of your own mouth. And it's not just you. There's other archives on here regarding some of my older stuff that I couldn't find or whatever. You know what I mean? I actually don't got a problem with the archive channels. I think they're useful, to be perfectly honest, especially Fundy Archive and XX Archive. What about this mess that you hate that you don't like Irate Alex? So you guys are gonna see what I'm talking about in a minute because I got a little video I want people to see here. She loves the fact that Irate Alex made this documentary video about her, exposing her as being the slob that she is. She loves it. She adores it. She feeds it. She nurtures it. She protects it. She makes excuses for it. Let's be real. You started that war. Not. Come on, Sabella. You know what, Sabella? We can talk about that one day because I don't agree with that. But anyway, actually, I don't know what war you're talking about because there's been a couple of them. I don't know which one you're talking about. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, yeah, getting back on topic. I gotta stop looking at that live chat. Anyway, so she loves all of this negative attention that she's getting. Her mother said that it doesn't matter what kind of attention she's getting. She absolutely adores the attention that she gets. She loves it. She'll eat it up and create it if she's not getting it. If everybody stopped talking about her today, you can mark my words. She's going to do something with Jason live on camera to get all of you talking again because she loves it. She needs it to feel like she's a somebody on here. All right. Let me see something here real quick. Give me 1 second here, guys. Now my screen is fixed. There we go. Oh, Lord. Camera. Oh, yeah. Let me put it back the way it was. That's not good. That one. Yeah, that's a lot better. Let's try it. But anyway, I think she likes the abuse that she gets on here. And I can prove to you that there was a time when she would have stopped all of this before, well, actually not stopped it, but at least attempted to fight back. And I'm not talking about them little rants on Twitch where she went on me for like 4 or 5 videos. We're not talking about that. I'm not talking about the couple of videos, the 1 or 2 videos she made about Carrie, or the couple of videos that she made about Dragnet, or she made several videos about Dragnet. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about like in your face confronting people. I found the video on X's archive, and the video was called "Why Do You Hate Me?" And I must have watched part 1 and part 2 at least 4 different times, just looking at it. And recently I watched one between her and Jules. That one was absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I'm actually gonna play that on here one day. It was funny. I don't even think she remembers how funny that was. But she was attempting to provide a service on here because she knew the money was running out and she needed money. And that's why she started doing these streams where she confronted people. Because typically when a person's quote unquote rich, they don't particularly care what the peasants got to say about them. You know what I mean? She knew eventually that she was going to need money from the community or whatever, and wanted to get her name fixed, which she did a really bad job of. Okay? And Rev, I want to get to you. Okay? You sit there and you don't want nobody talking negative about your woman, right? You go, stop talking about my wife, right? First of all, as has already been explained over here, that's not your wife. That's number 1. Number 2, I believe that the exact opposite. I believe that you love people to brutalize Shanny. You love it when I do it. You love it when Drag was doing it. You love it when Carrie's doing it. You love it when all these other channels were doing it. You love it. You want to know why? Because you kept paying, you kept enabling her to come online to get brutalized. Y'all never sat down and had a conversation and say, you know what? I'm tired of watching how they're dealing with you. Can you stop coming online and behaving like this? Because if you keep doing it, they're going to keep attacking you and making these videos. Did it ever strike you one time, Rev, that if you and her did porn, that you was going to get brutalized on here the moment they saw you naked or the moment they saw a Shanny naked? Did it even enter your brain that she was opening herself up to the windows of criticism from the whole world? Or what about recently? Okay, when you had all of that money, what were they doing with that money? They were flaunting it. They were saying, oh, I'm going to do this $1,500 haul. I'm going to do this $3,000 haul. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. They got a little bit of money from the uncle who I believe gave it to them. If it's a YouTuber on here, I don't know about it. But I believe that the uncle gave them money and the uncle got them some pizza or whatever and got them whatever they got. And what did they do? They flaunted it. Just imagine if they would have received a couple of $1,000s. What do you think they would have did? They would have flaunted it. That's what they would have did because that's who they are. They haven't repented of those things. They haven't decided that I'm no longer going to be like that. I'm not going to live like that no more. They haven't made those decisions because they love doing this stuff and they love the consequences. Because let me tell you guys something. If they hated those things, their behavior would be totally, totally different. Think about this a minute. Based on the logic that I use, Romans 12, we're supposed to abhor what is evil, right? Let's start off. Let's use both of them when it comes to work. Does Shanny and Rev hate being bums? Yes or no? Does Shanny and Rev hate being bums? Yes or no? Does Shanny and Rev hate being bums? Yes or no? And the answer is no. The answer is no. The answer is no. And I'm going to tell you something. They enjoy being bums. You want to know why? Because they refuse to do anything to change it. Does Shanny and Rev love smoking cigarettes? Do they love going out there, getting their smokes? Because this is supposed to be their Lord and Savior to take care of all of their problems. Of course, they absolutely love this, but they don't hate it. Because if they hated it, they would stop using it. No, I don't got a Delta 8. I don't have a Delta 8 prop for this one, but I do have this one. Do Shanny and Rev hate smelling the joint up? No, they actually love smelling the joint up because they refuse to take $1.15 and get this, and that's a stick of deodorant. They refuse to. And Shanny, this is how you do it, Shanny. You don't buy it and then throw it in the garbage because it's taking up space. You actually open it up. You know what I mean? You got to remove this thing right here. You got to actually take a shower. You know what I mean? After you take a shower and you dry up, you take this deodorant and you put it on. You know what I mean? And it lasts for X amount of hours before you got to take another shower and put this on. And then you got to take another shower and then put this on. Then you take another shower and you put this on. You take another shower and you put this on. You take another shower and you put this on. If you want, Shanny, I can make a YouTube video and teach you how to lather. I can teach you how to rinse yourself off, how to bathe. I can teach you how to use perfume and all that other stuff and whatnot. Stuff that I don't think you understand what those things are. I can teach you how to use laundry detergent. I can teach you how to go to food banks and actually go get food for free. This right here came from a food bank. You can get, these are kidney beans that came from a food bank. And you can get this. You can go get chicken parts, like those big thighs. You can get the legs. You can get the wings. You can go out there and you can get what do you call them things here? The almonds. You can go out there. You can get tomato sauce. You can get spaghetti. You can get powdered milk. It's a lot of things that you can actually get. You know what I mean? If you actually get off your lazy rumps and actually go out there and try to do something with yourself. But you know, you guys love being lazy. You love not having anything. Because if you hated it, neither one of you, especially you, Shanny, especially you, since you're so big and strong and you can bench press so much, one of you will be actually out there working and doing your thing. I see some people are trying to compare me to Carrie in the live chat. I don't know why, but whatever. So anyway, the point is this. Shanny is talking, when you hear Shanny on here talking about love and peace, and the Bible says this and the Bible says that. The Bible also says that we're supposed to abhor what is evil. Those two are not married. They're in fornication. Okay, they're having sex outside of marriage. All right. They're not married. They have no legal documents to document that they're married. And they don't care what Jesus Christ has to say on this matter. Let me say this again. They do not care what Jesus has to say on this matter. They don't care what the Apostle Paul has to say on this matter. They don't care about what Peter has to say on this matter. All they care about is Shanny's precious heart and how they interpret the scriptures. According to them, they can do anything they want. That is a doctrine out of Satanism and not out of Christianity. Satanism says, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Christianity says, abstain, 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 abstain. Stay away from, don't practice, don't do unless. But she doesn't do that because she has a really very horrible, poor understanding of what a Christian is and how that person's supposed to live, mainly because Shanny ain't no believer. But I just wanted to elaborate on that a little bit before I get to this video here, because I got another point that I want to elaborate on here, because I was talking about their work ethic. But I just wanted to talk about what I meant by them loving and them hating. You know what I mean? They love all of this negative attention that they're getting, and they absolutely love being bums. I mean, think about that a minute. Most women on this planet that don't work are looking for what? Security, right? There is no security with Rev, except for the fact that the uncle is providing them with a roof over their head. So the uncle is actually providing more security for Shanny right now than Rev is. Okay? The YouTube community, or whoever the dummies are that's donating to them, is providing for Shanny financially. Jason refuses to do that. How is that loving her, Jason? How is that loving her? People can call me a male chauvinist pig. You can call me whatever you want. Where I come from, when you say you love somebody, you go in your pocket. You go in your pocket and you show people money and you actually do something with it to provide for your family. Especially if you're able-bodied and you can go to a factory or a tip agency. For crying out loud, dude, when you had your car, there was no excuse for you not having a car service or doing Uber Eats or doing DoorDash or something like that. You had no excuse. Indigo played me. Indigo used me. But I tell you one thing about Indigo. Indigo knew how to DoorDash. Indigo knew how to do Uber, because she understood if she didn't do those things, she wasn't going to get nothing to eat. And even though she was on those on the white powder stuff and whatnot, if she didn't go out there and work, she wasn't going to get it. She wasn't going to get it. At least she understood that. Shanny, I don't get what your excuse is. You're not physically handicapped. There are too many videos that exist on YouTube with you up and about and moving around and just walking around. If one of you had $150,000 right now, you guys would be going back and forth to the store together, because there's no way in God's great earth she would let you go to the store by yourself, because that'd be her money and not really your money. All right. So work ethic. Typically, when people get on here and they want to make money, and I am not one of them, okay? I don't do these streams to make money on here, okay? I'm doing this stream to expose. That's what I'm doing this for, okay? And Shanny has the ability to host a show. She has the ability to at least try to put on something entertaining that people want to actually watch. Since they came back on YouTube, all they do is use that Losers Club thingy to beg and to beg and to beg. And I think that whole 125,000 subscriber, that 125,000 subscriber goal that they have is a big smoke screen. That's what I believe that is. It's a big giant smoke screen. All right, but that's a smoke screen. But the real purpose on here is to beg and 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 to beg. They're basically doing to YouTube what they did to me. But anyway, I want to show everybody this stream that they did. This was a show called Why Do You Hate Me? And this was toward the end of their reign of terror, of putting down poor people, believing that they were better than everybody. And I want to show everybody what I'm talking about. And this is a stream where she's confronting people. And the person that she's going to confront in this video is going to be Dragnut. I want you to watch how she is able to ask a question, get a response, and then have a dialogue with somebody. She's capable of doing this. The problem is that she knows she's been caught in multiple lies, and she doesn't want to own up to them. If I had the problem that Shanny and Rev has with this community, the link would be out there, and I'm going to say don't sing, and I'm going to tell them to bring it. And there is too many videos out there to prove that that's my mentality. Okay? Her mentality was like that for a little bit. You know? So anyway, let me show everybody what I'm talking about here. There's a video on here. And again, it's called Why Do You Hate Me? And I want to show everybody this one, because this is the one when she confronts Dragnut. I want to show everybody what I'm talking about here.
Big boy now.
Oh, hi there. Man, that took forever. Boy. Wow. That took forever. That's amazing.
I'm sorry, but you have to wear a shirt on my channel. Don't disrespect me like that.
Oh, disrespect. That's an interesting concept, Shanny. It's almost like that's something you don't understand. That's interesting.
No, you have to respect my boundaries, sir, because you...
Now, Dragnut made a lot of videos about Shanny. You see what Shanny's doing? Shanny's confronting Dragnut about all of those videos and all the things that this man said about her, right? She's confronting him. She's capable of doing this. People was into this when this was live back then. I saw some of this live. I did not see all of it. Because like I said, back then, it was very difficult to watch an entire stream unless she was ranting about something.
You like to go over people's boundaries just to try to get one up on them.
How exactly do I do that? Maybe
everyone sees it. Don't deny it with your little face.
Who is everyone?
My people. They see it.
The people in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. How about this? How about we play a game? Let's do a straw poll and see how many people agree with me versus you. You want to do that?
Okay.
You know how to set up a straw poll?
Why should I?
Let's think about this. Imagine Shanny going on Carrie's channel, Just Breezen's channel, or Shanny goes on anybody's channel that she's had problems with, even a drag channel, and they had a similar show like this. People will have more respect for her doing this and trying to make $20, $30 doing this than them on here begging and begging and begging and begging. And this was part of the inspiration for the video that I made when I wanted to prove that Shanny don't want to work. By the way, Shanny, I also watched a couple of videos, Shanny, where you said that people got you fired from jobs. When you watch this, Shanny, in your community posts or in your videos on your channel, or you can pretend to ignore me like you've been doing. But the point is, sometime in the future, I would like to know the names of these jobs that you got fired from.
No, I'm not going to let you tell me what to do, sir.
It was a suggestion. It wasn't a command.
Right.
No, it was a command in your little manipulative, narcissistic way.
Of course it was.
So I have a question. What is your mental illnesses so I know how to associate with you correctly?
That's another thing that I want to address. For some reason, Shanny has this belief that everybody has a bloody mental illness. Now, Drag has already said that he has something. I don't know what it is. And I think I addressed that rather thoroughly in past videos or whatever. But as far as Shanny goes, Shanny believes that everybody on earth has a mental illness. And oh God, that thinking is wrong and dumb.
There, some of the same ones.
Bring that up in my debate arena one day.
That you have.
Really?
You have borderline personality disorder?
Some of the same ones.
Do you have borderline personality disorder?
No, I do not.
Oh,
okay. Do you have PTSD?
Yes, I do.
Well, why are you a bastard toward me knowing that I have PTSD?
Oh, because PTSD isn't an excuse for someone's behavior. That's why.
No, it's not your job to question my behavior. That is my psychologist.
Anyone can question anyone's behavior, Shanny.
Well,
one of the things I'm learning about Shanny is that she says she has borderline personality disorder. It's not just her. There's a few YouTubers that do this, I noticed. They'll say that they have a mental illness, and then we'll try to play therapist to another person that has a mental illness. Like, how the heck does that work? In that case, I would say that the community is correct that she's trying to use it as an excuse. You can't be like, well, I got borderline personality disorder. And by the way, as a girl who went to college and practiced psychology, let me explain to you something about your mental illness. That's ridiculous.
Should I question your behavior and why you're questioning my behavior? Why do you question my behavior?
Impugning someone's motives and questioning behavior are kind of two different things.
Why do you question my behavior?
Because you act abhorrently.
Why do I?
One of the things I like to ask you is why do you question? Well, why do you talk about other people's behavior on here? Like, for example, the people that was going after Chantel. You did a whole rant talking about how people ran her off of YouTube, even though she's back. You know what I mean? But you ran her off of they ran Chantel off of YouTube, and you were talking about their behavior. The moment somebody talks about your behavior, you feel the need to say, "Oh, who are you to judge me?" Like there are just so many different ways you're misusing the Bible, and I am dying to get you in a Bible study to show you exactly how you're doing this. And trust me, I'm not the only one. There's a whole list of us Christians that want to do it.
Act abhorrently.
Because you were raised by wolves.
Why was I raised by wolves?
Because you had the unfortunate circumstance of not being told to stay out of the fucking fridge.
And why was that, sir?
That's gold coming from him. But anyway, let's continue.
Because somebody decided at some point in time that they wanted to give you anything that you wanted. And that was a poor, poor mistake.
Oh, so you have no reasons.
No, that's plenty of reasons. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, but you just threw out senseless allegations, sir. Here, my husband wants to talk.
Let me ask you, Greg. It's good to see you in the room. Just let me ask you a question quick. So issue number one is her weight.
Oh, not my issue. That's her issue. I'm not going to lose a leg.
Okay, so number one, Drag. You know why she gained weight, right?
Because she can't control herself.
No, because she had 2 kids and it blew her body out.
My mother had 4 kids and she doesn't.
Yeah, I don't care. That's what happened with her.
I know you don't care.
That's what happened with her genetics, though. Okay, so
yeah.
That's not an issue. Her weight's not an issue. So let's move on. Let's go next.
All right, next thing.
Because she's still losing weight.
Again, you got Rev and you got Shanny confronting Dragnet about the things that he said and the things that he's mentioned about these two. They're in the room, they're doing it. They know how to do this. They're capable of doing this. They're capable of doing something that looks like work, but yet they even refuse to do this too.
Drag, you know what I mean?
Of course.
And that's mainly because they love being bums and they love being in the situation that they're in. Because if they didn't love being in the situation that they were in, if they didn't love it, they would do something about it.
All right. So go ahead.
It's not reverse psychology. It's just the truth. I think Shanny doesn't understand the concept of love. And I challenge her to make a YouTube video to talk about the difference between love and hate and how it is expressed in one's life. She won't do it. And if she does do it, I'll be surprised. She cannot tell me that she hates being a bum and isn't literally trying to do anything to change her life. And the same thing with Rev. Rev enjoys being a bum. He enjoys struggling to eat. He enjoys wearing the same shirt every day. He enjoys not doing anything with his life because he's not trying to do anything different. He enjoys it. He loves it. There's no way in the world, after meeting these two, that they're going to be able to come to somebody like me and say, you know what, I don't enjoy being a bum, G-man. I don't appreciate what you're saying. Then if you don't enjoy being a bum, what are you doing to change your circumstance? Well, I'm going through depression. You ain't going through depression, dude. You're lazy. If I offer you $5 right now to take the garbage out, you wouldn't even do it.
Issue 2?
Issue 2 is that Shanny can never, at any point in time, ever be accountable.
Somebody offering you 25 grand to mop and sweep the floor, and they tell you no. Imagine that. 25 grand they would have got, and they couldn't even mop and sweep the floor. They're too lazy to do a show like this. Well, they'll get a little bit more respect than getting on here saying, hey, if you want to donate to me, go to revdude.com and or revdude PayPal or whatever, and you'll be able to donate to me. Please, guys, I'm struggling. You're not struggling. You're like those guys, because there's two types of bums that you see on the street. There's two types of them. You got the one that actually religiously refuses to do anything to change their circumstance. Okay. Then you got the other one who just can't do it because they're so messed up. But they will actually take out the garbage. They will actually try their best, even though they can't, to sweep the floor in order to receive a little bit of money so that they can get food. They're not putting any effort in at all. They're going to say, well, how am I supposed to put effort in when I constantly flag? No, you got flagged down off. I'm sorry. You got kicked off of Twitch from what I understand because you were showing too much skin for what I understand. Okay. You keep running from these people, Shanny. You constantly run from these criticisms from these people, and all you got to do is confront them. That's all you got to do. And then when they show you that you're wrong, admit it and keep it moving. You can't even do that. Neither one of you practices any real humility at all. Somebody got a problem with me, they know how to send me a link, period. I don't understand why they don't get this. I don't understand it. And the only thing I can, the only conclusion I can come up with is that they're lazy and that all they care about is getting high every day. And that is it. The end.
Accountable for her own action. There's always
No,
an
she
excuse.
apologized for saying the N-word, bro.
Apologizing is not taking responsibility.
Have you
Oh,
noticed?
yeah. They did publicly apologize about using the N-word, but every time you get under their skin, what do? They keep going back to it. They keep going back to it. I showed you guys the text messages of what they were saying to me behind the scenes when they were in Colorado and when they were living in the house to show you the kind of patience that I had with these two.
Notice that everything he's saying are blatant.
And I was in a position to throw them out a whole lot sooner than I did. This woman was calling me the N-word when I was out of wake. And Shanny, before you sit there and say, well, G-Man, that's not true, go to Drag's members only channel. Go to Drag's channel, go look at his members only thingies or whatever on here, and you'll see me showing him the text messages. Don't even try it. And I actually show the pictures. So cut the baloney.
Accusations with no viable truth behind them. They're just blatant accusations out there.
Really?
Yes, they are. I know you're trying to manipulate the audience, Drag, and the audience knows you're manipulating people too.
You want to do a straw poll?
everybody watching this knows he's trolling these two, and he's not taking these two seriously. In order for him to try to manipulate people, he would have to have a goal to come in there and to try to deceive the people that is watching this regarding them. And I'm not going to lie. When I first saw this with a different lens, whenever they had a dialogue like this, I don't know if it was this particular show or whatever, but whenever I heard him talking about them, I agreed with Shanny wholeheartedly. But now that I know the kind of people that they are, that they constantly lie about wanting to work, they don't want to do nothing for themselves, and that these two people, they keep getting on here and they keep misrepresenting Christ, and they keep coming, oh, I love Shanny and I love Rev. If Shanny loved Rev, Rev would be in a hospital somewhere getting the mental help that he needs. If Rev loved Shanny, Rev would be trying to find some type of work to bring money home to take care of his quote unquote baby. No, it's easier for him to get online and talk about how to lick her as opposed to actually taking care of her. Yeah, Rev, I know you're watching, and I know the truth hurts, but it is the truth. Stop getting on here and embarrassing yourself, claiming you love this woman when you don't.
Ask them.
I don't need to ask people because you know what? I know they'll validate and have all their million of stock accounts, honey.
Your
I'm
belief
talking
is
to you.
reality.
I'm not talking to other people. I'm talking to you, baby.
Okay.
We're going to talk to people one at a time. So just know that.
Okay. Well, don't say that the audience out there believes X when you don't have evidence for it.
Right, that's fine. That's fine. But I just had one question. Could I?
I think I have plenty of evidence.
Rev's like, can I please use my microphone, please? Can I like use my microphone that I paid for, please?
Okay, Shanny, can I ask you a question from me? How is he manipulating people right now? I don't see that.
Listen to the questions. They're vague questions meant to say things. He's also manipulating the audience by saying he's not giving me actually reasons why he has a beef with me. They're just vague accusations. Like, why? Give me a scenario what I've done regarding your allegations.
Right. So
I would die and go to heaven if she came on this channel and said this to me. But then again, to be truthful, I already kind of told her this stuff already, so whatever.
calling me a rapist, a pedophile.
I think you are, because I see
Oh,
you
she also called me that too.
as a threat to women.
Okay, well,
Because of your actions and your words.
So
You put out red
I don't know,
flags,
Doug,
sir.
I don't know.
okay.
And
So-
you put out red flags. You are creepy. Notice that you were the first one that came on to this channel. You were
And
the first one because it shows your intentions.
you invited people to talk to you. who
I
had-
know, and you were conveniently the first one. Why is that? And
If
you
I
put
was
out
the
all
second
these
one, what would that
vague
mean?
accusations on me. You didn't actually give a real scenario. You just put
If
out.
you go back and listen to what he said, he basically, if I can be blunt, called her fat, said that she had bad behavior. That's basically what he said when he came in the room. Right? And the first accusation is not wrong. Shanny, you're overweight, all right? And then number two, and I go so far to call you the Grand Canyon, you know. Actually, I don't call you the Grand Canyon. I call your women parts the Grand Canyon. And I compare, well, actually, I don't want to go through the 747 and all that stuff and whatnot, but I compare a certain part of your body to be the Grand Canyon. That's how loose you are. But he's not wrong about that. So how is he manipulating that? I mean, if you step on a scale, it's going to say 600 to 700 pounds or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's going to say a lot, right? He also said that you had bad behavior. I guess he didn't say it like that, but there's a lot of little comments that he made that would suggest that's what he's saying, though, right? So how is he wrong about that? And he used the example about you going around calling people the N-word. That's not quote unquote good behavior according to this, according to the conversation that you guys have. I would be using totally different words. I'll be using like sin, saying that you are totally against Christ by doing those things. And if you don't cut it out, God's going to punish you. That's what I would say about it. I would say you're of the devil, but because you're talking to drag, he's just going to talk about your behavior. Anyway, let's continue.
Railway accusations meant, because I know you're probably on your other channel streaming this.
Not at all.
So it's meant to make your audience laugh, but there's no seed of truth to what you actually say about your beef with me. You
Really?
can't be serious with anyone in conversation. It's kind of sad, Drag.
It's weird that I've gotten as far as I have in life, yet I can't be serious in conversations.
Honey, that's a manipulated statement right there. Do you know
It's
why it's a
demonstrably
manipulated
true.
statement?
That's what that is. That's the
Okay.
phrase.
No, you didn't answer the question for straightforward. You're just like, well, I got forward in life. Well,
If
just
what
because
you
you got
said was
forward in
true,
life
I
doesn't
wouldn't
mean
be where I
anything
am in
about
life.
your behavior, sir.
I
You
don't
just
know
got
if you
forward in
understand
life. You
that.
just survived.
No, Shanny,
Anyway, the whole point of me showing this to everybody is that Shanny is, I mean, she'll confront people on here. She knows how to put on a show and get people interested in what's going on. And she knows how to keep people's attention when she comes in, she does stuff like this. My question is why won't she do this now? Why does she refuse to open up her rooms and allow people to come in there and to question her about stuff? Somebody in the live chat mentioned the cancer scam. That's why she won't do it, because she don't want to answer questions about that. She don't want to answer questions about what happened to all that money when it was in Boulder, Colorado. They don't want to talk about why they won't go to food banks. They don't want to talk about why she won't want to cook. She don't want to talk about why Rev really shaved his head when she's been flirting with Drag's wife, and she's been flirting with Trisha, with truthfully Trisha, and flirting with Foodie Beauty and these other people on the internet, particularly Positively Godless. I think there's a whole bunch of videos where her flirting with him. She was flirting with J Dubs and several other people. She didn't shave her head, and she did it right in front of Jason. But Jason, being the weak idiot that he is, he just goes along with anything that she wants or whatever. And it's pretty ironic that they were living in that house, and then she thought that she could just throw out whoever she wanted. As I said to you before, Shanny, if he went, you was going to be going too. Especially the kids wasn't there no more at that time, I think.
you make up stuff, and then
I'm not. What am I made up? What did I make up?
you made up. You called me a rapist. Like what? Who
I
have I?
said you had a rapist mentality.
Hey, what
I
is a
remember Shanny
rapist?
telling me that Shanny and Rev, but I never got the video as proof. She told me that and that's why I never made a video about it. I don't think I did. Where Drag apparently the reason why she married him was because he forced himself on his wife and she got pregnant or whatever. I got that directly from Shanny and Rev, but they never gave me video proof of that ever.
Mentality.
A rapist mentality is a man who thinks of a woman as an object and uses a woman as an object.
No, Shanny. A rapist mentality, Shanny, is when somebody tries to force themselves on you. What the heck are you talking about?
Who did I do that to exactly?
You done it to me.
Shanny,
With the OnlyFans. You did it to me.
please.
Did you see him laughing? He just doesn't like to get caught in his lies. He got caught in his lies and you realize it.
Please.
And as the narcissist has to laugh. The narcissist has to laugh.
The narcissist, and I'm not going to defend Drag because Drag does come across as being a narcissist, and I think to a certain degree he admitted that he was one. But as far as Shanny goes, she got a lot of nerve to be talking because all Shanny does is talk about Shanny, about her precious heart and her hair and how she feels, and her heart and her hair and how she feels, and her heart and her hair and how she feels. And she does it over and over and over and over and over and over again. Give me a break.
Yes.
In order to try to disbreak what the truth is and make the
Just
truth
break what it
look
is.
like it's
That's right.
untrue.
Just break it.
Y'all
So-
haven't gotten into anything regarding truth or anything like that, Shanny. Anyway.
So Shanny, because I was the first person to come in
You
here.
do know this whole conversation, I'm completely psychoanalyzing you, right?
How can a person with borderline personality disorder psychoanalyze anybody? Somebody explain that to me. I'm going to look at this live chat here. Explain to me how somebody who has borderline personality disorder, constantly suffers from depression, has crippling pain all the time, can sit there and psychoanalyze anybody. Like, there's so many terms of service getting broken by this woman. It's not even funny. Dave's fam says she's insane. Calling other people narcissists. She's the biggest narcissist in the room.
Are you now?
Yes, I am, because I'm going to point out your narcissist the whole entire time. I'm not going to be nice to you. I'm not going to be intimidated by you. I'm not going to be backed down by you. And I'm not going to allow you to say little tiny jokes on my expense. So really, truthfully, what is your true
Shanny, you know, you always, that's a real good point. Thank you, Lord. You always talk about how you want Rev to defend you when people are attacking you. When are you going to defend Rev? I think I've attacked this man's manhood for the better part of two and a half. About two and a half years. A lot of you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking directly to Shanny. But Shanny, you know what I'm talking about. I have accused this guy of being a boy to your face, right to your grill. I have done this right to your face. Nobody else on here can claim that. I have accused him of not being a man on multiple occasions, right to your face and his face. When are you going to defend him? But you're not a narcissist. Yeah, right.
beef with me? Not the past, not the things that have been done, but your true beef with me.
Oh, and by the way, Shanny, when you're defending him, remember, I don't want no scrub. A scrub gets no love for me. Living on the passenger side, trying to holler at me. Right? I'm a little triggered by that because I think Carrie played a video either yesterday or the day before yesterday where you were talking all that slick talk. Wait a minute, was it Carrie? I think that was the channel where because she was reviewing it and you was trying to say that I had nothing to offer and that he and that he had all this money and that I was a scrub, but yet and still look at what you have right now. Every prediction, everything that you said about me, you're living with and worse. And I'm nothing like that. Never been nothing like that.
Everything that has already been done is technically in the past, Shanny.
Okay, so you don't like me. So why don't you continue to bother me if you don't like me?
Because you lie. Is that
it doesn't matter.
Did you get that? The reason why he goes after her is because she does what? She lies. She's not telling the truth. And this is the time that she's supposed to say, you want to know what? What did I lie about? And then ask for the receipts. She won't do that because she knows he's telling the truth.
If I lie or not, why do you continue with me? Do you like to talk to people who lie?
It doesn't. Wait, it doesn't matter.
Do you like to talk? Do you harass people who lie?
Microphone, honey.
No, I don't harass anybody. Actually.
Oh, you don't harass people. No. Okay. Well, drag. I'm gonna ask if you don't harass people. How about this? I'm gonna challenge you. Can you do this challenge for me?
It depends what it is.
To prove that you don't harass people, I don't like your content upon me. To prove that you don't harass me, I'm going to ask you to not make any more content about me anymore. Because you know what? You can make content.
You hear that, social media? If they don't like you, please don't make any more content about them. That's definitely the best way to go about doing it. Listen, if you don't like me, can you stop making content about me? This is how you know that some people ain't used to having subscribers. Some people ain't used to having an audience. Give me a break. Because if I compare my YouTube career to hers and the level to hate that, man, please.
Content yourself and be a big boy and rely on your own self.
I gotta get some belly here.
You don't have to do it about me anymore, okay? Can we agree not to do that? And if you want me on your show, you can be an adult and ask me on your show and actually make actual content and not this hate content. Can we agree to that?
So first of all, somebody
no, drag, do not.
Or you can just talk over me.
I want a yes or no. You're not saying a yes or no. Can we agree that you will stop making content about me unless you ask me to be on your channel and we can talk about whatever problem you have?
Can you imagine, like, what was it, 4 years ago? Hey, Dragnut, could you please stop making videos about G-Man and just have me on your channel to talk to you? How about we do that? How about that? How about that? How about that? I knew better than that. Give me a break. Come on now.
With me. Can we do that like adults?
First of all,
the thing I ever did was ignoring drag. I should have just, I would handle things differently if I had a time machine. I definitely wouldn't accept at that house. That's for sure.
Commentary.
Yes or no, drag?
Commentary is not harassment.
He can't answer yes or no.
The answer is no. I can, but we need to agree to some terms.
Why?
Because if that's the case, then every single commentary channel on YouTube is then guilty of breaking terms of service.
No,
Yes.
no, that's not
Yes.
true.
That
It's
is
the way it's so okay. Well, if you're going to view it that way, that's cool. But what I want, just asking you from a standpoint of two individuals, your views aren't even that great anyway with our content, Drag. Yeah, I mean, you get more views with other stuff.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Could we agree that maybe like it's time to move on from these two individuals? I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. Right? I think that you guys' story arc has sort of ended here. Notice that I've not been actually reviewing y'all stuff. Harley, I've been making commentary based on you calling me a rapist and a pedophile.
No, we never called you that, Drag.
What?
We never called you that. No.
It's the same stream. I think Irate Alex comes in a little bit later, right? And they start accusing him of some things. And Fat Fit Geeky comes in here too. But I think the Fat Fit Geeky conversation was more positive. But Irate came in here. Oh, as a matter of fact, I got to show you the other person that came in here. The lady that was responsible for all the drama stuff.
It's the way you and the other individuals in the room with Shanny's porn video were like licking your lips and stuff, and it was very.
You didn't want him doing that. Why did you guys do the porn? I want you to think about that a minute, Rev. Think about it a minute. If you didn't want him or anybody else to be doing that towards her, why did you make the porn? Why do people make porn, Rev? McFly, why do they make porn?
Weird and rapist-like. It was. Okay, that's all we were saying. I don't believe you're a rapist. There's no evidence to
that. The only reason he's saying that is because Shanny is sitting next to him, and he does not believe that. I'm gonna say this again. He does not believe that. He's told me himself. He does not believe that. He only agrees to this garbage for the peace in his home, and that's it. Plus, he wants to get laid later. You know.
Believe that, Drag. I don't have any. Yeah. The way you're acting, I don't lick my lips like I'm about to eat chicken when I friggin' watch porn. I don't do that, Drag.
Eat chicken, okay.
Yeah, no, okay. Eat a hamburger. I don't mean it that way, bro. I don't. Okay.
Okay, Rev.
I swear to you, I don't. Hand on the. I got my Bible, Drag. I actually take this seriously. You know this.
If you take it seriously, why are you about to swear on your Bible? When the Bible says that you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to let your yes be your yes and let your no be your no. Anything other than that comes from the evil one. You don't believe the Bible, Rev. Stop it.
Got family. 100% hand on the Bible. I don't believe you're a rapist. And I didn't mean chicken that way. Okay? I didn't.
Well, me and my brothers are rapists because we found you guys' porno.
Can you take that down off of your channel? Can you take that off your channel? I don't think that's suitable to be on YouTube. I am asking you as a woman, and as someone who has given you money before, I have been nice.
To the tune of about 16 grand.
To you. I have done really kind things for you. For you, in return,
offered to bring him to a hotel with his wife for lesbian issues, and to so that they can go to the place where The Shining was made. Oh yeah, she did a lot of nice things for him.
Turn to do one kind thing for me and take that video down for my sake.
So
I've done kind things for you, and you know it. Have I not done kind things for you?
You've complimented my penis. Exactly. I agree.
Have I not done kind things?
Drag's in full troll mode now.
For you.
You have sexually harassed me a few times. I agree. Yeah. So.
And can you, in return, do something kind for me and stop trying to humiliate me that way?
So
please.
Can you videos where you guys are calling me rapist-like and
you did a fine job of humiliating yourself, for what I understand. So you can't come on here and call yourself Shanny for Christ and then doing porn. Rev, you can't come on here claiming to be a Christian and then getting on here telling people that for $50 you can teach them how to lick her. And for the people, I'm sorry, for the sock accounts, and I know who you are, GP and Lubis and the couple of other. The G-Man's talking about videos that's been around for 3 years. You think I'm the only person doing that? Give me a break.
Can you tell me which ones they are, and I'll take them down as soon as you take yours down?
Sure. Once you guys take y'all's down, then I will.
No, you take yours down first.
No, I've
Then
already.
there is no deal.
I've already taken
There's
down.
no deal. There's no deal until you take yours down first.
That's not gonna happen.
In fact, how about this?
Then Shanny, if you're watching this, Shanny, in your community post, can you just do me a favor and let me know why you did porn to begin with, and what is the point of having porn up to begin with? What was the point of you doing the things that you did with your boyfriend to begin with? What was the whole purpose of that? Wasn't it for people like drag to be licking their lips and to admire whatever they were looking at?
You do it right now and take those videos down, and then I'll take them down live on camera so everyone can see I do that. I think that's a good compromise. See, you know what the problem is with you, drag? You do not compromise. You always want to have the upper hand, and you will not.
I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Okay, well, you know what? You ogling over my body like that, I'm going to continue to say you have a rapist mentality by keeping it.
So let me get this straight, Shanny. Let me get this straight here, okay? I'm gonna watch this again and again and again because the level of stupid out of this woman's mouth is unbelievable. If a person watches porn, they have a rapist mentality. So let me ask you a question, Shanny. What kind of mentality do you have? I'm just curious. I know you watch it. What kind of mentality do you have? McFly. Okay. And what about the man that you love, your rock, your foundation, your all in all, who did porn with you? What is his mentality? Do you understand how stupid you sound?
It up.
Well, typically,
but you know what?
To engage
You've been on long enough. I think you've been on for over 20 minutes. Have a nice day. I'm going to put Scientist Sam on. You have a good day, sir.
I'll take off.
You were shown to be who you are. You were.
Let's find somebody else. We're not going to listen to Scientist Sam. I think Irate Alex. No, not Irate. No, not Irate. This lady right here. This one right here is pretty good right here.
I'm behind a lot of the material. And grouped in with kind of Alex's research.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So whenever you address suing someone for getting your information, hi,
what's up? So,
well, I'm just putting myself out there so I make it easier for you, so that you don't go and attack people that didn't have anything to do with it.
I don't attack people.
I mean, it looked a little vicious.
No, I don't attack people. I
You oh God.
Respond to them. I respond.
Well, regardless of how you want to word or view whatever happened, I would be the person that you would kind of commend. So in a way, I feel like I kind of need to take on the burden of something that you feel other people did when really it was me.
You have an interest in personality. What is your mental disorders?
Oh, well.
And again, everybody automatically has a mental disorder. It's absolutely hilarious. Just straight up crazy.
I didn't know you had to be crazy to be interesting. All right. I have PTSD, actually.
All right.
That was something I was going to actually also bring up. Is that I'm a survivor of multiple violent crimes.
You seem like you have trauma. That's why you're given this standoffish behavior.
This is hilarious. A woman that claims she has borderline personality disorder is in so much constant pain and is suffering from depression, is now trying to counsel this lady called Lola the Haxorix or whatever, the lady that was behind getting all this information for those documentaries, I guess, right? So, and she's attempting to counsel her. She can't even solve her own mental problems. She's trying to help somebody else with theirs. And Rev, there's a reason why I'm doing this, dude, because I know she's acting like Dr. Phil to you, dude. Yet she can't even handle her own issues, and she's sitting there trying to help you. Mamma mia.
Behavior toward me. You have trauma, and you think I'm going to traumatize you. I'm not going to traumatize you. Yeah, you are. I saw that behavior. Remember, I'm going to therapy. I'm seeing this stuff. I'm evaluating this stuff, not only with me but with group
going to therapy. You get psych, and then you're psych evaluating other people. If I didn't know better, I would think that the two of these people here, especially Shanny, that maybe they're in some type of mental hospital or something like that, and they're attempting to be each other's therapist. How does a woman that gets on here with borderline personality disorder, from what I understand from this community, because Shanny told me she had some college, but if that's not true, I think Sabella said she has a GED. She has a GED. She has borderline personality disorder. She suffers from terrible pain. She suffers from crippling depression. And she has the nerve to try to sit there and try to psychoevaluate somebody else. You can't make this stuff
therapy so we can call on each other's behaviors if it happens. We have to in order to get better.
Right. Well, I acknowledge the fact that I don't have the credentials to do that, so I'm not going to diagnose you with anything.
Yeah, that's why I asked you. But I saw trauma in your eyes.
Knows that Shanny's breaking TOS right now by trying to make medical claims. See, even when I was making my videos about cancer and all that stuff, I at least let everybody know that I'm talking about alternative health and how things happen, you know, in other countries. And people disagree with it. People didn't like those videos or whatever, but at least I did that. Shanny, however, doesn't even have a degree. She's not qualified to be talking the way she's talking. And yet, and still she wants to, oh God, man.
And I'm also an archangel, and I'm also hypoempathic. So I'm going to see things before you realize them about yourself, and before you even.
So she has borderline personality disorder, crippling pain, crippling depression, and she's an archangel.
Tell me, I'm going to see things. Just know that.
Okay. Well, if you
I
see
was
me
pretty right about you, wasn't I already?
Not entirely, but I mean, there's nuance to these kind of situations, which is an N word that I would appreciate you using. That's a good one, actually.
I don't want to use that word anymore. I learned
nuance. It's just understanding the complexity of a situation and that there are different sides.
I know what a nuance means.
Okay, I was just clarifying, but
you don't have to treat me like I'm stupid, honey.
I'm not.
Well, you kind of are, because you kind of clarified it.
No. That's not what happened. You said that you don't use that word anymore when she said the N word, the good N word. Okay, and you was like, well, I don't use that. I don't use that word anymore. And she's talking about a nuance. And then instead of you, it's saying, oh, I misspoke or whatever, which you can't never do, Shanny, because you can't never admit when you're wrong about something. So you look stupid right now, right? Regarding this, she isn't trying to do none of that stuff. Trust me, if she was, I would have said it.
What a nuance is. Don't do that to me.
I mean, I'm a very technically minded person, so I tend to explain things very differently than a lot of people because of the field that I work in. So that might be a little bit of a miscommunication or misinterpretation there.
Do a show like hilarious.
It's just kind of how I, mathematically think.
Okay,
which is unusual for a lot of women. So yeah, that's basically what it is. But yeah, I mean, I consider myself a survivor in the literal sense that I should not be alive. He's standing here today.
Same.
But the difference that I see between me and you is that I don't feel the need to overly associate with my mental illness or ask people about it or tell people about it or use it as a crutch in any way.
I don't use it as a crutch. How do I use my mental illness as a crutch?
You bring it up very, very often.
So maybe it's a fascination to me. Maybe I have a psychology degree. Maybe I have people who have BPD like me.
Now, if Shanny has a psychology degree, Sabella, can you do me a favor and confirm it in the live chat that Shanny has a psychology degree? If you can do that for me, Sabella.
And they like to hear when I talk about BPD and what I go through mentally, so they know they're going through the same thing and they don't feel like they're alone.
I gotta find
it's a support group.
Okay, and that might be appropriate more so and help more people actually on websites that have message boards for that specific.
I don't need to do that there. I'm doing it on this channel. Why should you tell me where to do it?
Because it would help more people.
Tell me where I should do this. Well, I have my people here.
See, the whole point of this show, and this is what this moron doesn't understand. The whole point of this show is to find out why people hate her and to try to fix her image. Instead, when people bring the criticism, she doesn't know how to take it. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that they teach you how to deal with criticism in 9th grade. In homeroom, I think. Some people learn it younger than that.
Who like to hear me. So why are you trying to get me off YouTube?
I didn't say that you had to leave it. I said that it would be a better like supplemental combination
Why?
because you wanted to help people and that would do
I
it.
can do it here. Why can't I do it here?
Okay, you don't have to.
Yeah. There we go. I think we established that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like being told what to
I'm
do.
just
I hope you
making
know that.
suggestions. It's just suggestions. I like
I'm-
ideas. I like to
You like being told what to
brainstorm.
do? Do you
No,
like
I
me?
would-
I'm also a victim of trauma. Do you like being told what to do?
I don't mind hearing
And
ideas.
that's the real reason that her and Jason don't want to get no job, because they don't like being told what to do. They want to get on here and beg for money all day. They're going to do it, but they don't want to face the consequences of being criticized for being people on here that e-bag all the time. Hilarious.
Ideas and suggestions. I'm totally
I
open to it.
I don't. I want to live I've been very controlled in my life. I don't want to hear suggestions about what to do about my life. I want to live my life on my own accord. And I think it's very
Shanny
rude.
telling herself right now. Basically, she's saying that the reason why she doesn't have a job because Shanny does what she wants. Shanny, you once told me that you was a former atheist and that you left Satanism, but you never, ever, ever, ever let go of that satanic mentality, saying, I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to do whatever I want. That sounds like a little spoiled brat. And you want to know what that mentality is going to get you either in prison or sleeping on the concrete. One of the two, though.
Rude to come to someone you've never talked to and told them, hey, I don't think it's appropriate for you to talk about your mental illness on this platform.
By the way, Shanny, I bet you're doing what the uncle wants you to do. I bet you when uncle tells you to jump, you tell him how high. I bet you that.
Because it triggers me.
Oh, I never said that. You haven't triggered me at all.
Well, I think I have, since you told me not to do this anymore and find a platform. I don't have to find another platform.
It's cool. It was just an idea.
No, it was you're behind that behavior of trying to make people feel bad about what they're
So anyway, guys, the reason why I wanted to show everybody this, let's get out of this, because I'll watch the whole thing again. And I'm probably going to watch the rest of it later on in my own free time. But what I want people to understand is that the reason why those two are in the position that they're in, if you're in the Christian community and this is your first time watching this, and you're from the G-Man channel or you're from a different channel, you don't know nothing about these two. The reason why they're in the position that they're in because they refuse to go out there and do actual work. You can do a show that is entertaining to people where people will make donations to you. They'll give you super chats. They'll send you cash apps. They'll send you PayPal donations or whatever. You know what I mean? And people will try to reward you if you give them an entertaining enough show. You know what I mean? And that show to me was very entertaining. You know what I mean? Shanny was just making herself look like a complete fool in that thing. But they won't even do that. Every stream is there's a quick statement, and then there's if you want to donate. If you want to donate, which there's nothing wrong with doing, but they're not providing a service on here. They're not providing watchable content on their channel. They're not doing it on Rumble. I think their Rumble channel still exists. I think they're not doing it on YouTube. I don't think they're on Twitch no more. I think their channel got booted. They got booted off of Twitch. I think they're on Odyssey. They don't have anything on there that's entertaining to watch or anything like that. You want to see these two be entertaining, you got to go watch their old stuff. But they won't even they won't even get on here and do a regular show. It could be on their platform where people can come in and ask some questions. They can say, hey guys, I'll give you donate $1. You can come on my channel and we'll answer whatever questions you have. They won't even do that. But then they try to get on here and try to make everybody feel sorry for not donating to them. Now, here's the thing. When I was their friend and I was getting on here saying that you guys are mean and you are cruel, that you guys didn't want to donate to help them eat or whatever, because us Christians, they're right about one thing. We Christians, we don't like to see other people hungry. They're right about that. However, we also don't support people who don't want to work, who make a hard stance, who say, religiously speaking, intellectually speaking, philosophically speaking, we are not going to work. In my mind, you are in sin. I'm going to hand you over to Satan for the destruction of the flesh, according to 1 Corinthians. And I'm going to let you just go through what you're going to go through before you wake up or whatever and decide that you need to do something different. People are not in error for doing that. And I don't want no Christian on here thinking, oh, you're being mean, you should do this, you should do that, they're your enemy. Listen, leave them to their own devices. When their stomachs growl enough, one of them is going to go get a job. One of them is going to have to go out there and do something for themselves. And I think that's the message that the people that are responding to them now, the Carries, the Just Reasons, are all trying to send right now. Besides the fact that they're trying to show that they're manipulators and everything and whatnot, and they're liars. But their main thing is that take away their YouTube resources to force them to do something positive with their life. So, and again, I believe that right now in the present, I think Shanny kind of likes being a bum. She likes being a grifter. She likes begging people for money. She doesn't want any self-respect for herself. And if she gets on here and says I'm being mean and I'm not telling the truth, then show me your hate for it. Show me your hate for the present position that you're in right now. What are you going to do about it? That's what I want to know. What are you going to do about it? No, I'm going to do better than going to the uncle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get him on the phone. I'm going to get him. No. It's not even that. It's not even necessary because I don't even think they're going to make it through the summer. I just don't. I don't think they're going to make it through the summer. But Shanny, and you need to hear this, okay? If there's anything left in you that's normal, if there's anything left in you that's reasonable, most women would drop a guy like that if he doesn't want to take up his responsibilities. If you loved Zachary so much and you love William so much and you wanted them back, don't you think you need to get rid of the guy that got them taken away to begin with? Think about it. All right. If you like or love having security, don't you think that you need to put yourself in a position where you can have security? The person that you're with hates your guts. He only cares about how he feels and what he thinks. In the same way, Shanny, that you hate the person that you're with because you refuse to let that man go get the help that he needs so that he can actually provide for his household. Shanny, you're not even getting on his case about putting a ring on your finger and getting married and doing it properly. And then you got the nerve to want to get on here and talk about the word of God. You got the nerve to want to get on here and talk about this as if you know what you're talking about. Shanny, what does the Bible say about adultery, Shanny? That's all I want to know. What does the Bible say about fornication, Shanny? And where is the proof that you are married? There is a video on YouTube where you two announce an engagement. There's a video on here that shows your announcement for an engagement. Where is the proof that you got married? You have to have witnesses there in order for that to be true. Then there's the issue about the so-called breakup when you was living in the house because of what he did. You can't divorce him for that. The Bible says that you can only divorce for marital unfaithfulness. And you didn't mention anything about a divorce. You just simply said that you broke up. I want you to think about that, Shanny. Yet you want to get on here and you want to question that person's Christianity and you want to question this person and you won't even look in the mirror. The Bible talks about how you're supposed to get the telephone pole out of your eye. We talk about the speck that's in the speck that's in another person's eye. You got to deal with you first before you talk about everybody else. But you don't want to do that because everything is wrong with everybody else except for you. Notice though, everybody else has got money in their pocket. Everybody else has got money in their pocket. Where is yours? Where is yours? Well, we didn't beg for it yet, G-Man. You're being kind of mean. Walmart, $30 an hour to start. McDonald's, almost $20 an hour to start. Get a calculator and look at how much money you would have on a daily basis or a bi-weekly basis. But you would rather get on here and beg for peanuts and Oreos, and you want to beg for M&Ms on here that are going out there making some real money, claiming you love each other, trying to fool everybody on here. My man had sex with me, therefore he loves me. There are prostitutes having sex right now in the middle of a park or in the back of somebody's car. It doesn't mean that they love each other. When you love somebody, you make sacrifices, and neither one of you are making the sacrifices necessary to prove you love each other. You hate each other. That's what you're proving on a regular basis. You love being a bum. You hate you hate being respected. You hate the idea of people actually treating you with any type of respect or anything like that. You hate the idea of actually growing and progressing and doing something with your life. And you love sitting down, being a bum and making excuses over and 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 over again. I can't follow no example like that. I have said it on here before. I have been in positions where sometimes the only way I got something to eat, had to go get a bag, had to go collect some aluminum cans, take it to recycling, pull out my ID, let them weigh my cans, and I got me a whopping $7. And believe you me, I stretched that $7 until I could find something a little bit more substantial. And I'm not the only person with stories like that on here. I can tell other people on here got stories like this. Not everybody on here is loaded. Okay? So if you want your circumstances to change, you need to destroy your computer, destroy whatever laptop you got, and you need to go out there and go get a job. Yeah, you don't want to be told what to do. You don't like people talking to you a certain way. Who cares? Shanny, you're going to think this is disrespectful, but you know what? If I can do this to Burnt Toast, and I can do this to everybody else, I see you. You need to learn what a broom is. You need to learn how to use one of these. And you need to learn how to sweep. Okay? You can get paid for sweeping. For crying out loud, you would have got 25 grand for me for sweeping. For sweeping. For sweeping. You're too lazy for that. You're too lazy for that. You don't even want to get paid to sweep. Think about that a minute, Shanny. Think about that. That man, all he had to do was rake leaves. You would not be living with the uncle right now. You would have your own place, living large by now. Better than what you're living right now. But you enabled it. You stayed with this guy. You said, honey, no matter what, I'm going to stay with you. No matter what kind of a bum you are, we'll be a bum together forever. Normal people don't do that. You kick people like that to the curb. Then you get on YouTube. You know how many times G-Man has offered him jobs and he wouldn't take no jobs? I offer you a job and you wouldn't take it. All you had to do was go on Carrie's channel and answer some questions. That's all you had to do. And if you would have did that, I was 15 minutes with Petville. I'd have gave you $100 and I would have had no problem with that whatsoever. But does Carrie scare you or something? I thought you was this big mama, the queen, and all this other stuff. What, does she scare you? Can you only pick on weak little Rev? Are you afraid of Carrie? Are you afraid of Just Breezing? Are you afraid of Sabella? Are you afraid of these people on here? But you're supposed to be this big, tough woman that thought you was going to take me of all people. You must be crazy. You must be. I look for confrontation. I love it. Maybe a little bit too much. But ain't nothing in your life gonna change as long as you two lazy people don't decide to get up off your butt and do something with yourselves. Oh, you know, we got this big gig for the writing. Now we all know that was baloney. You and I can't understand how both of you know you're on borrowed time and the uncle's gonna throw you guys out. But yet still all you care about is $40 so you can get high, $30 so you can get high, $40 so you can get high, $30 so you can get high. Shanny, let me ask you something, Miss I went to college and I have all this education and whatnot. When are you gonna do a stream trying to raise $10,000? I'm just curious. You do know what a GoFundMe is, don't you? You're this big superstar and you're so popular. When are you gonna do a GoFundMe? I'm just curious. Is there a reason why you don't want to do a GoFundMe? I'm just curious. Is there a reason why you will not do a GoFundMe? You can buy clothes, you can get an apartment, as rent security, get yourself a nice size TV, do better for yourself. Start practicing taking showers, putting on deodorant, using shampoo, getting them fleas and lice out of your hair. Stop having a smelly cooch. You do something with yourself. That's not what you want because all you care about is getting high. That's all you care about. There's a lot of drug dealers that sleep out in the street every single day. Not drug dealers, I'm sorry, drug users who sleep outside on the concrete every single day. Because if you don't like the code, you just wait until next winter to get here. I've met Rev's uncle. That man don't play. And you two, once again, are mega comfortable, and you believe that he's just going to let you stay there. No. He threw you out one time. What do you think is going to happen the second time? Everybody keep telling me I need to contact him. Oh, trust you me. I already know what's going to happen. And both of them probably were like, well, we went to the Social Security office. No, you didn't. We filled out the paperwork. No, you didn't. Actually, what you guys actually are going to tell him soon is we've been trying to, basically what you guys told me, we've been trying to call, the CPS worker and these other people. We just can't get nobody. And, we made appointments, but we can't do nothing for months down the road. If they ever say that on the internet, they're lying. Okay. I've met too many people in Scranton or in that area where they applied for assistance and in 2 to 3 weeks, they got the help that they need. These two are full of it. They are just straight up lazy. Ain't no mental illness and no depression. They're lazy. And it is extremely sinful, Shanny. It is extremely sinful. If you got time to sit there and talk about Carrie and how she talks about you, and you got time to talk about Drader and these other people on here, then you got time to sit there and evaluate your own life and evaluate who you are and what you've done. Why is it that you're getting all these donations and Rev is walking around with the same sweater every day? How can you sit there with a straight face and claim that you love this man and you won't even let him go buy a t-shirt? What is wrong with you? And then Rev, how can you sit there and say you love her and then let her get on camera wrapped around a black sheet? That never made no sense to me. In some alternate universe, if I was with her, do you honestly believe I would let her come on YouTube looking like that? You don't love her. Stop lying to yourself. She does not love you. Get that through your thick head. She is using you until some sucker comes along so she can dump you. Period. A thing is established between 1 or 2 witnesses. Go out there and do a little poll. Go find 5 people that you trust. Get them to investigate everything that's been going on. I guarantee you at least 4 out of the 5 people are going to all come to the same conclusion that this woman is using you. And Shanny, don't think because you said a couple of nice things to me that I was just gonna just stop talking about this stuff. Fact of the matter is, you are in the position that you are in because you refuse to take the steps to get out of the situation that you're in. And 85% of your problems, a job. A job! A job! You can get paid by commission. For crying out loud, you can do network marketing, and it's a scam, and you'll make more money than you do on YouTube. There are thieves that get more respect than you guys do. Oh. There are thieves that get more respect than you. I just feel like I'm just wasting my time, my energy making these videos because they want to be bums. They want to live in filth. They don't want to take a shower. They don't want to do anything that's going to make them better. They don't want to. So when I watch your videos and I hear you making a little stream saying, oh, guys, I lost a lot of stuff. I lost a lot of stuff. I lost a lot of stuff. Oh, my life. But then you refuse to sit down and ask yourself the hard questions on why your life is the way it is. Because if I was in your position, I would not be there long because I've been there and done that. Let me say this again, Shanny and Rev. Both of you know this. I've been there and I've done that. Can show you around, give you directions and everything. You ain't the only people that ever lost everything and ended up in a terrible position. What you got to do is you got to stop making excuses, dust it off, go fill out some job applications, get on your knees and beg if you have to until you get a job. Humble yourself before the Lord and go out there and get a job. Just like that, most of your problems are gone. Then there's the issue of the disgusting behavior that you guys show here on social media. You can talk about drag, and we talked about this when we were friends. If you can talk about drag, if you can talk about all these other channels on here and whatnot, right? Drag doesn't even talk about you guys anymore. But if you can take time out to talk about all these people, you certainly got about a few minutes to look at yourself. And Jason, I want to talk directly to you. If you died right now, where do you think you're going to end up? Do you honestly believe the Lord's going to be like, well done, my good and faithful servant? Shanny, do you honestly believe you're going to hear, well done, my good and faithful servant? Are you serious? Liars are not going to inherit the kingdom of God, Shanny, and neither will lazy people. They're just not going to inherit it. They're not. Your mother's not here no more, Shanny, and neither is your dad. And Rev, your mom's not here either. Neither one of you got any supporting family member. Well, actually, Rev, you got your uncle, and that's about it. But Shanny, you don't have any supporting family members. You do understand when they throw you out, that's it. That's it. That's it. And none of these people that are making videos about you feel sorry for you one iota. You can get on here and you can brag and boast about having $1 million. I'm exaggerating with the prices here and everything. So don't take it seriously when I say this. $1 million nose rings, walking around glamming up and getting your hair done, going out there doing these $1 million hauls, buying expensive vehicles, putting people down because they have EBT cards and all this other stuff and whatnot. If you can do all of that, then you got to be able to take the punishment that comes with all of that. You spent all of your money being an idiot. You rushed out of Colorado without even thinking about selling some of that stuff or putting it in storage and getting it back later or something like that. Believing that, if you plant a couple of seeds in the ground, this big, actually, you're kind of too lazy to do that. So let me rephrase that. Believing that money grows on trees and all you got to do is go in the backyard and get the money off the trees. It doesn't work that way. You got to go out there and you got to work for it. You got to work for it. These two so lazy, I bet you they're not even trying to grow tomatoes in their backyard. They're not even trying to grow tomatoes in their backyard. And it's just ridiculous and it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. I have never seeing two people. And listen to me, I'm from the hood. Rev don't know nothing about the hood. He's learning about the hood. Shanny, she claims she's been in the hood. Shanny don't know nothing about the hood. That woman don't know nothing about the hood. If people in the hood saw how these two was acting, they would get no pity whatsoever. I'm talking about in the poorest of the poorest areas. They would get no pity whatsoever. Not from any nonprofits, not from any people that are struggling to eat. None of them would show them any pity. I find it ironic that they never got no money to buy clothes, but they got money to pay for an internet bill. Like their priorities are all in the wrong places. It's more important for me to have internet than it is to have clothes. It's more important for me to get on here and tell people the news than it is for me to brush my teeth. It's more important for me to get on here and express my point of view than it is to wash my body. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely, positively ridiculous. Another little show and tell. I think I showed this earlier, this bag of tea bags. I went to Dollar General. This cost me $1.50. It was either $1.50 or $2 for this. I got 100 tea bags in this. If you drink a cup of tea every single day, this will last you for 3 months. Can't tell them that because they got to have the best of the best out of your pocket by suckering you and lying to you guys about what their needs are. And it's absolutely sickening. It is absolutely sickening. So I just wanted to make this clarification video. I believe that these people actually love the mess that they live in. These are hogs living in their pig pens and their filth, and they love it. So let's not tease them no more. If that's what they want, that's what they want. But don't get on here and say that you don't that you don't like the videos that Carrie make. Yes, you do. You love them, Shanny. You adore them, and you need her. You need Carrie more than you think. Okay, you need. Let me tell you something. You need Carrie. You need Draven. You need all. Let me tell you something. These little 4 or 5 channels stop making videos about you, Shanny, when it used to be 30 and 40 channels. Right? You got 5 channels left talking about you. 5 of them. They're going to get bored eventually. And then you're going to go back, Shanny. Oh, and in closing, before Shanny got with Rev, before Chris cheated on her with her best friend, Shanny was only getting about 9 to 10 live viewers on her streams when she was in the Great Debate community. She has never been in the Great Debate community as being this big YouTuber. She got popular on YouTube when Chris did what he did, and she started telling everybody in public every little tiny little thing that happened in her life, and then people started watching her. Then she got involved with Rev, and then that's when everything started. They gave me a house, and then everybody and their mama started talking about these two. She started getting viewers. People talked about her, and she believed she was famous. She had money. People was talking about her, and now she was a movie star. She was famous, and she was walking on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Okay, I had live viewers, and I had, well, I didn't have that much more, but I had live viewers, and I had subscribers, and I had people watching me, and I never had that mentality. I got cocky a couple of times, but I never had that mentality. And there's a lot of people here that can attest to that. I don't think the 13,000 subscribers is much, but for them to only have like 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers when you're worth $750,000, and you got the drunken peasants and everybody else out there talking about you, and the most you can get is about 4,000 subs on your channel, Shanny, and you got all these people talking about you negatively, is not a reason for you to walk around here going, thinking you're better than everybody. It was like you never had any real fame, and then when you got it, you didn't know how to handle it. You're like, I know how to keep these people because I love this attention. Because girls, they love that attention. They love that attention. Superstar. And they love this attention. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get on YouTube and tell every little tiny thing that happened in my life, because she wasn't always like that. A lot of things I didn't know about this woman during the Great Debate days. I knew her voice, and I knew she had kids. I didn't know all this other stuff until Chris and her started going live sometimes, and then that breakup happened. That's when I started learning about her, and all that's on Fundy Archive. Okay, so they got a little bit of fame, they let it get to their head, and it absolutely destroyed them. Absolutely destroyed. They still think they're famous today. Now, granted, Shanny, I think you surpassed me in the level of hate that you get from everybody, because you got a lot of people in here that can't stand you. And I mean, you got a lot. Thank you very much for taking the pressure off of me, Shanny. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Okay? But that's not a reason to walk around here believing that you're some type of movie star or whatever. See, I'm hated for a completely different reason. A totally different reason. Not for the stuff that you guys are doing. These people don't like me, but they know I'm going to get out there and I'm going to work. I may not give these big super chats, but I give what I got. You know what I mean? And I don't want nothing back in return. I don't want no compliment. I don't want nobody being nice to me or anything like that. I'm just being me at 100%. But Shanny, you need to get over this YouTube stuff. If you got $50 to pay for internet, then you got money to buy clothes. Okay? If you got money for the internet, then you got money to buy yourself a meal or two. How about going a month without YouTube and eating like a normal person? How about that? How about that? Yet you don't want to do that because you care more about your YouTube fame than you care about actually progressing and doing something with your life. Listen, Shanny, if you don't want to be here on Earth and you want to die and all that stuff, then why don't you go set that up to happen and give your man at least a little bit of hope so he can do something with his life. Let that man go see a doctor, be told there's nothing wrong with him so that he can go out there and go get a job already. Hunter Jackson says they will always make the wrong choices until the donations stop. Even after that, they're going to make bad decisions because neither one of them know how to be responsible adults. And Chris, shout out to you, man. I don't know how you put up with that for so many years. I really don't. And if I can ever get you on my channel, I am curious about one thing. How did you meet her and what possessed you to marry her? I really am curious and want to know this. I don't think the Geek Room and those guys asked you that question. And I would like to ask you that myself personally. Melly Germany, which is probably Lubis. They said that that's all you care about, G-Man, and that's you too, fame. I'm not even going to respond to that because that's not even true. That's not even remotely true. And I've proven that on multiple occasions. I put a stick in my neck out on the line. I assure you of that. That's not true. And I got a lot of witnesses to prove that one. But I'm going to wrap this video up. I talk too much. Yeah, I understand that. I get that. But nothing's going to change in your life, Shanny and Rev, till you guys learn how to hate your life. You got to hate it. You got to absolutely hate it. Rev, you talk about hating it, but you don't do. We know you love it because you pamper it, you love it, and you make excuses for it. Stop doing all of that stuff and start doing what's necessary to change your circumstances. Okay? You two are so lazy that you won't even go outside and knock on your neighbor's door and say, look, we're in a really bad position here. We don't even have no clothes. Do you think you can tell me how to get to the Salvation Army so I can turn this $10 into at least 2 or 3 outfits? A lot of you, like Shanny and Rev, don't even know that. They can take $10 and get 3 outfits at the Salvation Army. You can get a pair of pants for $2 at the Salvation Army if you know how to shop. If you know how to shop. I'm not in the area right now. I'm not in that area. I'm nowhere near them. I'm about 2.5 hours away from them. 2.5, almost 3 hours away from them. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Shanny, the ball's in your ball court. Now, here's the thing, Shanny. You got the no comment movement. That all that basically means is that you don't want no accountability or nothing like that, right? Just name your price when you invite people in your channel because you know you're gonna see me. I'm like, $1 per question. I'll come in here. I got one question immediately I want to ask, and I want an honest answer. You won't do it, Shanny, because you're too lazy. You're scared. You're a scared little girl that's trying to run from responsibility. And so are you, Rev. You're a scared little girl who's afraid of responsibility. And no, I didn't get that wrong. I called you a girl and not a man. And don't worry, Shanny will not defend you because it's your job to defend her. She doesn't have to defend you because you're a cute little girl. Yes, you're a cute little girl. Yes, you are. You're a cute little girl. Yes, you are. One day you're going to grow up and be a man, ain't you? One day you're going to be a man. Ain't that right, little Rev? Break. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.